Hello there, Gemini. Welcome to your October 2023 reading. I'm Lou, and I'm so glad you're here with me. Let's begin the reading with Rainbow Lorikeet, Love Language. Now this month we are in Libra season, and Libra represents your 5th house. So this is the house of your playfulness, of your creativity, of your joy and your laughter. It's a really gentle, easy house to be engaged in. It means that you have space this month to enjoy yourself, to let your hair down, to create more lightheartedness in your life. I think it's a welcome relief for a lot of Geminis that have been going through this ascension process lately over the last sort of 6 months or so. Really had some deep energy come up for you, Gemini, and this month you get to release a lot of that and be more playful. Now I love that the Rainbow Lorikeet has come in for this month for you, because rainbow lorikeets are really playful birds. They're very funny, they're very lighthearted, they're very joyful and easy. They kind of flutter around. They're quite fast-paced and loud and talkative, and that is definitely the Gemini quality as well. So really encouraging you to be more yourself, to embrace those qualities within yourself, to utilize them with the 5th house, 11th house access lit up, because we are in eclipse season. Okay, so we're also in eclipse season as well as Libra season, and so we have this new eclipse cycle starting in Libra and Aries. Now that is in your 5th house and your 11th house. With the 5th house activated, it's really encouraging you to be uniquely yourself, to step out from the crowd. What separates you from the crowd compared to what do you do to fit in? What do you do to blend in? This is the new cycle of eclipses that will be happening over the next 18 months. So it started the first one was in April. On April the 20th, we had one in Aries in your 11th house, and that was really getting you to look at what you're doing to fit in, what you do to be accepted, to be included as part of a group, as part of society, within your friendship circles, right? And what needs to be released. And this eclipse on October the 14th is in Libra, and it's a solar eclipse. It is actually conjunct Mercury, so your ruling planet will be eclipsed as well. So you're really looking at what separates you from the crowd, what makes you unique, what makes you you, and what lights you up. This is also about your hobbies and what feels playful for you and what's uniquely you. So the Rainbow Lorikeet is encouraging you to shift your attitude, really to shift your perspective, to shift the way you're viewing things, okay? So you've done this ascension process. That is ending as well, part of that is coming to an end with this new eclipse cycle coming in, because at the end of the month, on the 28th, we have the last lunar eclipse in that Taurus Scorpio eclipse cycle. Now that was a part of your ascension process. That's been a part of this deep work you've been doing, and it's coming to an end. And so you can have this fresh burst of energy of being yourself and taking that perspective that you've created from the ascension process, the perspective of source energy that you've been sort of encouraged to cultivate, to nurture, to grow, and applying that to yourself and applying that to the next phase in life. Now, the other thing about the Rainbow Lorikeet is that they are associated with love. This card says love language, so it's about speaking your love, how you speak love, how you express your love. Okay, so with that 5th house being activated, with Libra season being here this month, you could spend some time really tapping into and cultivating love, romance. If that's with another person, great. If that's with yourself, even better. But utilizing this energy, we did have the Venus retrograde back in from July the 23rd until September 4th. That was encouraging you, really highly encouraging you to change the way you speak to yourself and the way you speak about yourself. So it was getting you to look at your vocabulary, your dialogue, your inner dialogue, your external dialogue around yourself and around how you love yourself and how lovingly you speak about yourself and to yourself. And so this is the Rainbow Lorikeet coming out here and is encouraging you to continue that work, continue doing that work that you did with Virgo, with Venus, sorry. Don't allow that to slip away now that that transit is over. Venus will be moving, shifting signs in on the 9th of October, so moving out of Leo and into Virgo, and that is encouraging you when Venus moves out of Leo. It's a time when we can actually see the work that we did with that retrograde energy culminate and sort of be expressed out into the environment. So you will see results of that. You will see the results of the Venus retrograde start to take form now throughout October. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, I have done a separate video on the Venus retrograde. I highly recommend you go and watch that because it's going to be a part of your journey this month. Now you're coming into the reading with the Wheel of Fortune, which doesn't surprise me. Like I said, this is a turning around of your energy. There's a shift in your energy happening this month. It started last month, actually. A lot of Geminis had a shift in their energy, a shift in their perspective. There was more lightheartedness, more hopefulness, more optimism coming through for you in September, and that's continuing this month. I like the Libra energy for you. This fifth house energy, this cultivating joy, cultivating laughter and creativity and pleasure, and what makes you uniquely yours is what's changing and what's turning this wheel around for you. Now, the Wheel of Fortune shows up when we have done the work, okay? So it is the symbol of luck, good luck, and it is ruled by Jupiter. Now, Jupiter is in Taurus in your 12th house, and it is part of that ascension process as well. So this is another indicator of that ascension process is working for you, Gemini. It's been hard, it's been dark, you've gone through a lot, but it is paying off now. The Wheel of Fortune coming out in the position of where you are right now is showing us that you are getting the results, you are reaping the benefits, the rewards. So Jupiter offers a lot of luck and blessings, but only if you have prepared for it, only if you've prepared the ground. So that's a misconception that Jupiter just delivers things to us. Actually, Jupiter can only deliver to us what we have prepared for. So you're getting the benefits, you're reaping the rewards. The Justice card is in the position of what the universe needs from you. Now, Justice is the card that is ruled by Libra. It represents Libra. So the universe needs you to embrace this Libra cycle, Gemini. Again, that's that cycle of your joy, of your creativity, of your playfulness, the childlike exuberance, embracing what makes you unique, what makes you you. The fifth house is also the house of the ego. And like I said at the beginning, it's like that what separates you from the crowd, what makes you different, what makes you unique is what we explore in that fifth house. So you're encouraged to explore that. And with the Justice card, it's really shining a light on your truth. So these things that light you up, these things that make you unique, they're your truth, right? So following that truth, following that that path towards your own, following that creativity. And particularly in the middle of the month, around the 14th, around that solar eclipse, you may experience, that solar eclipse could be a very positive eclipse for you, Gemini, because it's a fresh start. It represents a fresh start and a brand new beginning. Now, you can tune into that eclipse and you can utilize this energy. You can set intentions during that date in whatever way you do that personally, whatever way works for you. You can write them down. You can burn things to the eclipse. You can do some sort of ritual, some sort of anything that feels right to you, and set intentions for your life moving forward. What are you going to achieve as you move through this new eclipse cycle? In the environment, we have the King of Swords. Okay, so there could be somebody in your environment. The King of Swords is another Libra card. So it could be somebody. Now the fifth house is the house of romance. So there could be a romantic partner. We've got love language here. So there could be somebody coming in, romancing you, a new a fling or a new romantic potential situation coming in if that's what you're looking for. It could also be a current partner. And with the King of Swords, this person is wanting to connect with you on a mental level, wanting to have that mental connection with you. Mercury will be in Libra from the 5th of October until the 22nd of October. So I really like that period of time for you to have these kinds of conversations with people, to have these kinds of mental connections with people. But we'll get more information as we get more cards. We have the Page of Cups and the Hierophant. So it definitely could be love. And if you're looking for love, this could come in. We've got the Page of Cups. We've got the love language. We do have that 5th house activation. But it doesn't have to be love either. It can just be some sort of really heartfelt, innocent kind of experience. The Page of Cups is very childlike innocence, okay? And so that's that 5th house as well. So we're looking at playing with and working with that childlike innocence, maybe even to the point where you tap into your inner child and what was enjoyable for you as a child, and start to work on some of that stuff. Some of the things that have been forgotten or have been have gone to the wayside because of adult responsibilities, adult problems, adulting in general. If that has dampened your enthusiasm for life, dampened your passion for life, dampened your ability to tap into joy and lightheartedness. This is your message to tap into that, to re-examine, to reawaken that side of you, to reawaken that inner child. You may choose to do inner child work, especially if you have been struggling with this ascension process that you've been in. And now Venus, like I said, Venus on the 9th will move into Virgo, into your 4th house. So there's this opportunity to really uplift your emotions, your emotional realm as well at this time throughout this month, and that can help with this 5th house energy. So help with this playful, childlike energy. The 4th house also is the house of your childhood. So we also have Lilith moving in there on the 4th. Now Lilith will be in Virgo in your 4th house for 9 months. Lilith, wherever Lilith goes, she brings up places and parts of ourselves that have been rejected, have been abandoned, have been shunned and shamed. And that coming through in your 4th house will definitely bring things up from childhood. So another layer of the ascension process, releasing and letting go of wounding and traumas around childhood abandonment, childhood neglect, childhood abuse, childhood trauma, anything like that that's still in your psyche that you can work with during this time. And remembering to be really gentle and really easy, and remembering the lessons from the Venus retrograde about the way you speak to yourself, taking that loving self-expression and turning it within and talking to your inner child, your Page of Cups within that really loving way. This is how you're turning things around. This is how you're stepping into your truth. This person that's in your environment could be a leader, okay? The Hierophant, it could be somebody who is in a leadership position, maybe someone from a religious organization or from an educational organization. Okay, it could be a Taurus as well. The Hierophant is the card of Taurus. So it could be somebody wanting to help you, wanting to offer their services to you, helping you to establish this truth, establish this alignment with your truth. So it could be a lover, it could be a teacher or a mentor. Alternatively, this is referring to the lunar eclipse in Taurus on the 28th. Now that lunar eclipse is the last one in that cycle, and it's going to close out this ascension part of the eclipse part of this ascension process. Okay, and so it can be a very powerful time for you to gain understanding, gain a perspective. The King of Swords is all about our perspective. It's about how we view the world and what meaning we apply to the world and what meaning we apply to the events that we're engaging with in the world. And so this is an opportunity to uplift that perspective with this Taurus full moon, this lunar eclipse, okay? For one last time, release any blocks, release any baggages in terms of the way that you're viewing your world, shifting your perspective. And we have the Ten of Swords. I like that. Okay, I really like that for you because, like I said, you've been going through this dark space and or this not dark but heavier space, and it is another indicator that it's coming to an end. This is a fresh new beginning throughout Libra season, throughout October. Things are starting to turn around for you. This is ending, this Ten of Swords. We have the Five of Swords on the bottom of the deck, so just being aware of old narratives, old excuses, old storylines that you're telling yourself that can sabotage or that could potentially sabotage this shift in your energy, this shift in your vibration. Now, this may come from childhood trauma and wounds, especially if you get triggered, right? We're looking for triggers with the Five of Swords. Be aware of triggers throughout October, because if you react to or engage in or immerse yourself in those triggers, and it's very possible with the astrology that's coming up that you could, okay, and if you do, especially because Pluto is moving direct on the 11th as well in your 8th house, so again, just another trigger that could come up for you. And if you do, you may, the potential is for you to spiral and default back into old ways, default back in old settings. And so this is a part of uplifting yourself out of that forever so that it's not coming back, is to stay vigilant, to stay deliberate, to stay conscious and aware and keep moving through, because this ending is so close. The cycle is shifting, but it's up to you to do that work. With the Five of Swords, is just a little bit of a warning that, triggers can cause us to default. And if you do default, that's okay as well, but it's how long are you going to stay there is the question, right? So if you default and then you notice it and you pick yourself back up, and the more times you do that, if you keep doing that over and over again, and then the time becomes shorter and shorter and shorter, it has less of an influence on your vibrational output. It has less of an influence on your state of being, and therefore less of an influence on your experience and your reality. So this is what the universe or the environment is reflecting back to you this month. What is the environment reflecting back to Gemini? We have confident manifestation, Imperial Topaz. Very, very interesting card to come out for you, because like I said, you're doing this ascension process. You've been through this ascension process. Things are starting to turn around. There's this need to be confident in yourself, confident in what you're producing, confident in your own unique energy signature as well. I mean, that your confidence may have taken a bit of a hit lately, and this could be why the Five of Swords is here. Okay, if there's any like self-doubt, okay, with that 5th house activation, that's going to be challenged this month. So if you look around your environment and you see it reflecting back to you really positive experiences, if you're starting to see things that you actually want manifesting in your life, Gemini, this is a really good indicator that you're on the right track, okay? But if you're still seeing, or you start seeing things in your environment that are uncomfortable to you, that are disharmonious, that are not satisfying, okay, there is a lack of confidence in your ability to manifest, and that's where you can start working on. That's where you can tweak and start looking at your confidence and looking at narratives, looking at excuses, looking at things that you tell yourself that are keeping you blocked from confidently manifesting the life that you want to manifest for yourself, because it's all there for you. This ascension process has been for your benefit, even if it didn't feel like it as you were going through it. It has been it's been all for your evolution, for your expansion, for your adaptation into this new state of being, into this new way of life. And you can start to see that manifesting throughout October. I think more than most zodiac, I've been saying this for the last few months, that October we will start to see manifestations take form. This is a really powerful month for the physical results to be obvious to us. And so you are getting that, like a double whammy of that, Gemini. And if that is not happening for you, then this is where you need to look at your confidence in your ability to manifest. Now I'm going to pull out wrong deck. I'm going to pull out 2 surrender cards here because we have the eclipses. There's going to be a lot of surrendering. Surrender your fear of change and surrender to your soul's path. Yeah. So again, like what I just said is there is a lot of change happening this month. There's a cycle, there's cycle shifting, there's the eclipses, there's planets moving. So we've got Mercury's moving fast, Venus is moving fast, we've got Pluto moving direct, Mars will move into Scorpio on the 12th. We've got the sun moving into Scorpio. So there's a lot going on this month, okay? And so this is going to initiate a lot of change. Not to mention also that Libra is a cardinal sign. So it's a sign and the season when a lot is initiated, change is initiated, things are started, new things are started, fresh energy is coming in. And so there is change happening. And so the universe is reminding you that you are cared for always. This ascension process has been a way of the universe caring for you. Whether you're afraid of change in your job, your health, your relationship, or if you fear aging or death, repeat the affirmation, I have faith that all is well. So it can be quite scary, but I think this is what you've been asking for, Gemini. You've really been trying to call this in and you've been doing the work. And so open yourself up to receiving the results, even if it means that you're going to have to shift some things. Now, surrendering to your soul's path, this is, like I said, this is a part of your evolution, a part of your expansion. This is just a part of your journey. Release and surrender resistance and ease into it. Being in resistance, you will notice that if you're having uncomfortable experiences this month, there is resistance there. See, the eclipses blast away resistance. The eclipses are like wild cards. They're like a cosmic realignment. It's when the fates step in and they put you back on your track. So if you're in a state of resistance and you're feeling really uncomfortable, the eclipses are going to blast that away. They're not going to really listen. They're going to realign you whether you like it or not. This is your soul's path. And so the easiest and most comfortable way to deal with it is to surrender to it, to release resistance. So your life's journey has been perfectly designed for your soul's growth. This is a part of your growth. Embrace every lesson and every moment. Embrace it, accept it, allow it, feel into it, even lean into it, okay? You're doing the work and the results are coming. Okay, take time to tune into your body and recognize the messages it's trying to send you. So at the end of the month, so on the 24th of October, the sun will move into Scorpio. We start Scorpio season. That is your 6th house. So that's your house of your health and your well-being, okay? So Mars will move in there on the 12th and then Mercury will move in there on the 22nd. So from like sort of the middle to the end of the month, your 6th house is activated, and particularly with Mars in that house, really paying attention to your health and well-being, paying attention to your body is going to really help you. This is going to be in opposition during that lunar eclipse in Taurus on the 28th, okay? So the lunar eclipse is happening in your 12th house, and that is the access of your health and well-being. So your physical body is going to be giving you messages. You're going to be feeling it. You're going to be seeing it through your physical body. Tune into it. Tune in and listen and act on any messages that you receive from your body, because if we can do that in the more subtle stages, we can avoid having to have more loud and more physically expressed messages come forward. Okay, so it's really important this month, Gemini, to tend to your physical body, to be gentle with your physical body, and to allow yourself to let your hair down and feel through this month with a little bit of ease and a little bit of fun. Okay, that is your reading for October, Gemini. Thank you for being here with me. I appreciate your time so much. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. I appreciate you. And I look forward to seeing you again next month. Take care.